Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. It's Friday, it's the Chill Out stream. How are you all? I hope you've all had a lovely week. We're going to start a new model today, and this is going to be the Demonsmith Mech Sorcerer, available online. I should probably... do I have a link down the bottom? I don't think I do, actually. Maybe I should do that. It's fine. It's fine. Who have we got in chat? We got Danny Player 1. Danny Player 1 with the official first. Maternal Pillow with the unofficial first. Heidi, Cady and Clive Dogger and anyone else in the chat, welcome. Welcome in. I hope you're all doing well. Let's dive straight in. Here's the model. This is the Demonsmith Mech Sorcerer. This is available on the website on alchemistmodels.com. And I think we're going to go fairly traditional evil dwarf. Red, silver, a little bit of gold, and then green flames. I'm thinking. That's the vibe I'm going for. And then maybe like a blighted, dark, burnt land, like a base. That's what I'm thinking. Danny can't prove it because he's probably working. It's true. What's the bet that Danny's working? I'm streaming, therefore Danny's working. That's how that works. That is how that works. How was everyone's week? What did people get up to? Right, okay. Is that in camera? Yes, that's in camera, and we'll hit go live on TikTok in a minute. What's the first colour we're going to do? We're going to use Gravelord Grey. Where's the damn dog cam? Fix it. I know. I was actually thinking about this. I might try it out tomorrow. I might try it out over the weekend and see if it's fixed. I don't know why it would have been fixed because I haven't changed anything, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. I just don't want to put dog cam back in and then it to randomly stop working one. The problem is you can't have treat time now because I stream at 4 and treat time is at 3. So I've said the word. Hang on. I said the word and now he's looking at me. Now judgment is upon us. Oh God. Okay. So he's already had it. He had it like half an hour ago. Sounds like treat time needs to be at 4. Do you want to tell Bailey that? Do you want to tell Bailey the bad news? Right, let's start painting, shall we? We're going to kick off with going live on TikTok, and then we're going to kick off with Gravelord Grey, and we'll do the metal. I think we'll do the metal first. We'll put because that's the main side. Something I didn't realise, like this is originally scaled for 10mm. This is sculpted for 10mm. I've never noticed there's a little flame demon in the back there. I've never noticed that, and you can barely tell at 10mm. So it's a testament to this sculptor's ability of getting it that small, and I mean you'd never see it, or very rarely see it at 10mm, but at 28mm you do. It's great. What is that like at 10mm? Great. What, the little thing at the back? Yeah, I know, right? So, yeah. So we're gonna do some funky OSR on the back to really show that off, because I feel like it does need to be shown off. So Gravelord Grey, and we're just gonna do all of the metal sections. So we'll start down the bottom. And this is just going to give like a uniform, an overall grey metal look to the model. And then we can go in later and tint the gold bits and just mess around with it. Maybe we're definitely going to hit him with some rattling grime, aren't we? Of course we are. Of course we are. Welcome in everyone on TikTok. How you doing today? Hope you've had a lovely weekend. It's the Friday Chill Out stream. I'm streaming over on YouTube as well at the moment, so feel free to come and hang out over there. probably where the demon dwarf poo comes out. That's true. That's true. Roberto Rego or Rigo, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome in. And thank you for the follows and the shares over on TikTok. Every bit of interaction over on TikTok really does help push the stream out to new people, so thank you very, very much. I know that these skulls are going to go gold. Probably the detailing around the hooves as well. I really like this model. This model's quite fun. I don't think there's a single model in the Demonsmith that I don't like. The artillery's great. The characters are fun. This one's really unique. It's a good range. It's a really good range. Thank you very much to everyone who watched the Golden Demon review video that I put up, that we took from last week's stream and put up as an individual video. That seems to have done incredibly well. Had some nice comments and nice feedback from some actually of the winners of the demons themselves, which was nice. It's nice to know that my content's reaching everyone. Speed paints today? Speed paints today, absolutely. When is it? When is it not a speed paint day? Make sure I haven't missed any comments on there. No, I haven't. Thank you very much for all the likes and the follows. Live Dogger, hey, how's it going? How's my week been? My week's been good. What have I done? What have I done? I've been quite social, actually. I did a writing day with a couple of friends, and the night before that we had a bit of a hangout session, and I started working on a children's short story. Very, very, very early days, but I'd like to record it at some point as a voiceover, like audio drama, storybook, bedtime story kind of thing. Need to get some more speed paints? Yes, you do. Absolutely, you do. So yeah, it's been a productive week. The shop's done very well. I've put together, I cleaned up a load of new product yesterday, which I will get photoed and listed next week. And it's more of this scaled up classic fantasy. And we've got some orcs coming, and the final unit for the Demonsmiths, which a lot of people have been requesting. And then I think that's all the Demonsmiths done. That's the first army that has got the complete range, or will have the complete range, scaled up to 28mm. Which is very exciting. It means I can start on another one. Antiv, hey, owning a 3D printer is worse than GW. I told you, I warned you about all of this stuff. You only have yourself to blame. Have you realised that, yes, you save money, but also you have no space now? Because of all of the 3D prints and all of the STLs that you find online. So much to paint, so speed paints are a must. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've almost got 100 gigabytes of STLs. Rookie numbers, Antiv, rookie numbers. Rookie numbers. What have I got? What's in my print? I've got 500 gigabytes of STLs. I've got a separate hard drive for them. I've got a terabyte hard drive for them. And there's about 500 gigabytes taken up on there. And that's not all the STLs I have access to. Those are just the ones I have downloaded. Blue Lamneth, I have a Saturn. Yes, well, I have 4 Saturns, technically. I have 4 Saturns and a Bamboo P1S. At some point, I'm looking to upgrade the Saturns, but saying that, there's nothing wrong with them. The quality is perfectly fine. So I'm kind of in two minds about it. Me and my mum were going to start Warhammer, but she done forgot about it. You better go remind her. Remind. How big is the bed? For the OG Saturn, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's roughly, very roughly, about 9 inches long and about 5 to 6 inches deep or wide, from memory and kind of measuring it in my mind. 5 by 7. Oh yeah, it might be 5 by 7 actually, roughly. Had my download folder from Hell Creator crash anytime it opened until I moved it off that drive. Ooh, at least it was fixable. At least it was fixable. I actually had all of my one-page rules files downloaded at one point, and then realised that's a lot of files, and that's a lot of space. So I had to delete them all, and they're just hanging out on my Mini Factory account at the moment, which is very useful. Mars is 3.5. Yeah, so yeah, 5.7. 5.7 would sound about right, I'd say. I don't know. You can find the It's a very quick Google. I'd do it myself, but I just need to concentrate on getting this down before it dries. But 5.7 vaguely rings a bell. Sounds about right. Have I ever printed with white resin? Yes, I have. Do you mean white or do you mean transparent? Because yes to both. Antiv, saying that in a few days I get access to everything the Wargame exclusive has made. Really? How you doing that? Have they made... Wait, have Wargame exclusive made their libraries available? What? Oh, it's on Patreon. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, that's dangerous. Looks so cool. It's a very, very cool model, Coco. It's a very, very cool model. So this model is the Demonsmith Mech Sorcerer, and it is available on my web store, alchemistmodels.com, in the classic fantasy range. I didn't really know what I was going to paint today, so I just grabbed this off the shelf. I'm going to slowly go through all of the 28mm scaled up stuff, because why not? Question, Saturns are 5.7. White resin. Oh, white water soluble. I haven't used white water soluble. I stay away from water soluble resin. I had it before. It printed fine, but I have an issue. Not an issue with water soluble resin, but the upside to it is you can use water to wash it. Right? That's the whole thing. You don't have to worry about using isopropyl alcohol or something like that to clean the prints afterwards. My question to you is, what do you do with that water afterwards? Because you can't tip it down the sink, and it doesn't evaporate very quickly. It doesn't evaporate off the model very quickly, so you actually end up with a bit of a questionable print at the end. What do you do with it? So I used it for a while and then realised that I couldn't actually dispose of it properly or very well. So I just went straight back to ISO, and I haven't looked back, to be honest. I found that any resin that doesn't have the fancy additives in there or isn't ABS like is brittle. I use ABS like resin, and I haven't gone back. It's so good. I've been really impressed by this resin. This is I use Jo or Sunlu. It's the same company. It's exactly the same resin. It's very cheap. You can get bundle deals, and I could drop this on the floor and it wouldn't break at all. And if you can't sell them, but at the start of the end of the month, you get added to the My Mini Factory group, which has access to all the files. Plus, at my level, you get one free model a month, plus 40% off My Mini Factory, 10% off their site. Okay, yeah, so they don't have a commercial license. That's really good that you can access all of it, though. That's cool. Thank you very much for the follows, the likes, and the shares over on TikTok. Much appreciated. Working rapid prototyping, so I have access to 55-gallon waste barrels. Oh, okay. In which case, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just prefer to use ABS-like. KS Dwarf, absolutely. This is Demonsmith. This is a scaled-up model. Originally, this was designed at 10mm. I've scaled it up 280%, which will make it 28mm. And it's come out really nicely. Was thinking about getting into train printing. Oh, resin printing. Okay, seems like a hassle without space for it. Tips. Yeah, if you don't have the space for it, don't get into it. It is a hobby on its own. It needs dedicated space. It needs well ventilated space, because you cannot have, or you really shouldn't have, any kind of 3D printing in your house or anywhere near where you kind of spend a lot of time, because the fumes are really bad for you. So yeah, you need a dedicated space that is ventilated. You need all the proper PPE, so proper gloves and a proper mask, like a respirator mask. So if you don't have that, then unfortunately, I would say don't get into it, because it's just not worth your health. When it's cured, when resin is cured, it's absolutely fine. It's just like plastic. It's resin. It's done. But the process is not healthy at all. Looking to your stuff, I have classic 90s army that I'm painting would work for this. Oh, awesome. Yeah. If you head over to alchemistmodels.com, there's my web store. You can find all the army's called Demonsmiths. I can show you some more examples. Here's the Centaur hero. Because they were originally scaled at 10, or they're designed for 10mm, and I've scaled them up, they are on the chunky side. So they're very heroic scale. They are slightly bigger than, or slightly chunkier than, like the very old GW stuff. But GW scaling, in general, is almost impossible to generalize, because it's all over the place. So I've scaled 10mm models up 280%, and that gives you 28mm. It's heroic scale, but it does work. And they're really stylish, and I love them. But if you need them slightly smaller, then feel free to get in contact, and I can always scale them down. Might switch to ABS. My biggest gripe about Water Warrior is the fragility. Yeah, head over to ABS. Use definitely ABS. It's really good. The Sunlu and Jo, so JAYO and SUNLU, sorry. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them on eBay, depending on where you are in the world, of course. And I get the ABS-like resin, and it's... I mean, do I do it? you know, I'm dropping it on the weapon there, and it's just bouncing. It has just knocked a load of paint off, but oh well. It's very, very good resin. I need to actually reach out and see if I can get sponsored by them because I use them all the time. What model is this? This is the Demonsmith Mech Sorcerer. Hey Autumn, how's it going? It's finally invested in speed paints. They've changed your life. Yeah, you are welcome to the club. With resin, with 3D print resin, I really wouldn't worry about the smell. Well, I would worry about it. I wouldn't worry about getting the one that smells the least, because even if you can't smell it, trust me, it's still in the air and you're still breathing it in. So if you're printing safely, the smell of resin shouldn't matter. You have a big vent outside? Perfect, perfect. Clive, a few days ago I bought a figure from your website. Is the building the figure a difficult process or the same type of thing as Warhammer figs? So it's slightly different depending on what model. Which model did you buy? It's slightly different with... I can show you actually. Hang on. Here's another model that's going to be coming to the website soon. It's the normal dwarf, not Chaos Dwarf, but normal dwarf Lord on with the shield bearers. And I haven't cleaned this one up yet. This has literally come off the printer, I think the other day, and I cured it today in the sun. This is one piece. It comes off the printer as one piece, and all you can see, I might be able to see, these little support marks. There's no mold lines like you would with other models. Because it hasn't come out of a mold. It's you get a mold line because you have a two-part mold and it goes like that, and wherever that line is, that's where your mold line is going to be. It hasn't come out of a mold, therefore you don't have a mold line. But what you do have is the support marks, which are lots of tiny little dots that are very easy to clean up. You just need a sharp knife, a sharp scalpel. This one's a little blunt, but it's fine. And you just scrape away like you would a mold line, and because of the resin I use, it doesn't chip, it just scrapes away just like normal plastic, even to the point where you can actually slice it and it comes away like that. Yeah, 3D printed chicken pox. Yeah. You got the Dwarf Lord? Oh, okay, so you got the Dwarf Lord, which is essentially this model without the shield bearers. So it comes all in one piece, and you'll have a couple of support marks. I mean, like under this one, you've got a couple on the hammer, and you might have something like that, tiny little mark there. But actually, this one comes with very few support marks, and then you'll have it on a base. So the only gluing you have to do is gluing it to the base. But that's it. That's it. You picked probably one of the easiest models to clean up and actually get started. Antiv, if you're getting into 3D printing, get ready to want to throw it out the window. I told Antiv that before, and yeah, everyone I say, if you want to get into 3D printing, be warned, you are going to want to yeet that thing out the window. God, yeet, that's a word we haven't heard for a while. Throw that thing out the window multiple times. Oh, so many times. Right, I'm just going to mop up some of this paint around the back that's pooling. We don't need it there, and it means the model will dry quicker. We got a couple of bits on the model where it's started to pool in sections, but we're not too worried about that because we can even it out later down the line with some dry brushing should we need. As is the chat in your Discord 3D printing channel is a testament. Yeah, your frustrations have been very evident in that chat. That's good. That's good. You know, you've learned a lot, haven't you? Right. So we just kind of need this to dry a little bit now. Just waiting for it to dry. Blue Lamneth, but when you figure them out, they are glorious. Oh yeah, absolutely. I very rarely get a fail now. I'm running 4 printers pretty much all day, every day for the business, and I'll maybe have 1 fail every week out of 4 build plates that are full all the time. Kai, thank you very much for the gift. Thank you. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to it. And it's very, it's kind of very dependent on your individual situation and where the printers are and where you are in the world and what resin you use and how you've dialed in the resin. There's so many factors that you just got to throw yourself into it and kind of learn as you go. Machine spirit is weird. Yes, the machine spirit is very weird. Oh yeah, you managed to get a print that was absolutely fine without tightening the VAT down. That was impressive. That was impressive. You won't make that mistake again, will you? You will at some point. I've done exactly the same thing, and I didn't know what a big kind of thumping noise was until I looked over and it was pulling the VAT up and then dropping it halfway down the print. Yeah, big learning curve. Big learning curve. I've got some filament. I've got a filament printer as well, but fortunately I've got a filament printer that is very easy to use and doesn't require taking it apart all the time. That one is about as plug and play as you can get, and it's kind of the reason I went for that one. I didn't have the time to really get into filament printing. I just needed something that would work, so I spent a little more on something that was incredibly reliable and kind of self-contained. Elgo? No, it's the Bamboo P1S. It's so fast as well. I got it for the speed as well. So that's how I print all these bases. All these bases are on the... you can kind of see the layer lines just about, which doesn't really matter on bases. But I can print out beds and beds of bases every day, which means it saves on resin costs, and it means the bases are stronger as well. Hey Velreth, how's it going? That was the 4th time you did it? Wow, okay, alright. At some point you'll learn from this, learn from the mistakes. At some point you will. Getting an Elgu PLA printer this summer, gonna use it to print terrain. Yeah, terrain is... PLA or filament is perfect for terrain. You end up using way too much resin if you're printing terrain. And you also don't get good fits together sometimes with large flat pieces, because you do always get a little bit of warping in with resin printing, and which is fine on like curved miniatures and things like this. But with terrain, where you want things to slot together quite nicely, it can be a bit of a pain. Welcome in to anyone who has joined us recently. If you're new here, my name is Alchemist Models. We are doing the Friday chill out stream, and I've started a new model today. This is the Demonsmith Mech Sorcerer, available on my website alchemistmodels.com, and I'm just taking a strong white paint and touching up all those sections where the grey has gone over onto things like the robes and the face and the beard and things like that. Can you show your paints that you were dipping into? Not the type, just how much is there for technique purposes. I will do when I start working. I mean, I can do there. It's there. It's this one here. It's not a lot, but also this is very different to the style of painting that I usually do. This is just touching up with white paint. But yeah, I'll bring the palette onto camera when I move on to the next speed paint colour. I will try and remember to do that. Saying that, I might be looking at getting a bigger 3D printer, the Photon Mono M5S. I don't know that one. That's Anycubic, yeah? Because you've got an Anycubic as it is. Or have you got... No, you've got the Mars, haven't you? Thank you very much for all the follows and the likes over on TikTok. Much appreciated. I am streaming over on YouTube as well, so if you fancy coming and checking that out, you do get slightly better cameras, and you can listen to the music I've got going as well. I'm not too worried about getting a solid white colour because all of the colours we're going to do later on are going to be fairly dark, apart from the face. So we need to make sure that that's a nice solid bright colour, because otherwise the speed paints won't work, or won't work as well. All those likes and shares are really helping, guys. Thank you very, very much. They help push the content out to new people and help grow the channel, which is always very nice. I need to see if I can get in contact with someone at TikTok, which I know is a very, very unlikely, but I'm having big issues with my creator dashboard at the moment. I don't know if anyone else is on the creator dashboard and monetizing like in the creator program, but my dashboard's been frozen since the 6th of March, and I have no idea how my my monetized videos are doing. Absolutely no clue. It's very, very frustrating. The Mars 4 9K. Oh, that's what the M5S is. Oh, right, okay. So it's the Anycube version of that. Do you have to use different slicing software for the PLA printer? Yes, you do. So for resin, I use Chitubox. A lot of people use Lychee. They're very similar programs. And for the PLA, for the filament, I use Bamboo's slicer, which is very good. Very, very good. I'm very impressed with it. I don't know what other slicers there are for PLA, because I'm still, like, compared to resin, I'm very, very new to it. So I'm still getting to grips with it. And I'm not going to lie, most of my PLA printing is bases, and that's incredibly simple. But I will be doing terrain on the website very soon. I've got a load of building files. I just need to find some time to actually print them out, print some tests out, and make sure they're working properly, and figure out how much I need to charge for them. Hey, happy Easter, welcome in. Lychee allows you to do PLA and resin in one. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. Lychee can do that. Oh, this brush is utterly horrible. Perfect for blending washes, but it is split so much. But I am just touching up the white section, so it's not too important. It's not too much of a trauma. I might swap over in a second though to something with a little bit more of a finer point. Hey Max, howdy. Ah, hello, welcome in everyone, welcome in. Yes, I stream on TikTok at the same time as I do YouTube, which is every Monday and Friday, as often as I can, starting at 4 o'clock, and then I stop the TikTok stream at about 5:30, and I continue streaming on YouTube until about 6. So at some point, you may want to come over to the YouTube channel. Do you have to comp your X and Y values before you print? Do you mean... I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. As in, do you mean do like a full bed level before I do each print? Looks like this that brush would be better for dry brushing or inks. I usually use it for blending washes, blending the speed paints. My mini is in the post office. Can't wait to pick it up until... Can't pick it up until tomorrow, though. Which was the mini? Remind me. Oh, in Chitu Box? No. No, I haven't had to do that at all. Just about to drop $2,000 in a GW store. Been saving up for 8 months. All chaos, baby. Night Lords. God damn. That is a big flex. That is a big flex. Enjoy spending your savings. Oh, the tiefling. Yes, the tiefling from the TikTok guy. Right, so it's finally arrived. That's awesome. That's good. I mean, scale. My machine tends to make things wider in the X and Y axis. No, I don't come across that at all. I rescale things, but I don't have to reset the print settings. That's really weird. Gonna use one of your methods of contrast painting the blue. Yes. Join the cult. Club. Also getting a tattoo tomorrow. I'm very nervous, mostly for my bank account. Yeah, tattoos aren't cheap. I have so many planned and money for none of them. I need to get my back finished at some point. Which was the first half of it was actually donated to when I was when I was doing Twitch streaming, and I streamed the whole thing. It was like an 8-hour stream tattoo, and it really hurt. You have to comp it at 92.5% in the X and Y. That's really weird. I've never heard of that. I have no idea why that might be. It's a Mars thing. That sounds like a problem with. Have you got multiple Marses? Like, is that a thing, or is it just that one? I haven't heard of that being a thing. Right, we're gonna come back and do this. This flame properly at some point, because we need to go in and put some white ink in there and do some dry brushing before we hit in with the green. I think green flames would be cool. Evil green flames. There we go. But I think for now, just got a tiny bit to touch up there. Both my Mars do the same thing. That's really weird. I've never heard of that being a thing. I can't help you, I'm afraid. No idea. I don't have it on the Saturns. That might be worth a hunt into a Reddit post or something. That seems like a awesome forums. But no, I've never come across that, sorry. Pillow, get your back finished. I'm going to ignore the joke for that. Not like that, you child. No, I've got the rest of the Diablo tattoo that I want to get finished. I still need to get Tyrael put underneath Diablo, but don't have the spare money. The tattoo's sick. Thanks, yeah, I'm really happy with it. Really, really happy with it. It needs to get fully finished, like fully properly finished. It needs at least 2 more sessions, maybe 3, but I think 2. But it's also traveling up country as well. there's a little bit of weird marking through the grey, so I'm actually going to repaint this shoulder pad white, and we'll go back and do it grey again and make it a little more even. And there's a little bit on this one as well. I just want to make sure that those sections are nice and clean, because I don't know whether they're going to stay silver or stay grey or go gold. Okay, so I think we're going to darken down. We're going to go back to the grey, and we're going to darken down and do another coat in some of the recesses. Wherever the shadows are going to be, really. I'll just do another coat, and hopefully that will give it a bit more depth. Is it heroic scale? Yes, this is heroic scale. Yeah, these are definitely not designed for like true scale dwarves. They're a little bigger than the old GW ones. But they are kind of on par with like modern fire slayers, I suppose. That'd be the kind of closest. Just one off or for an army? This is, well, I'm painting it because it's a product and I can basically advertise it. I will be going through like the rest of the models at some point, but that I have so many off to my left here, and that's just the ones that I haven't got room in the boxes for. So it's going to be a very long project. Right, a little bit of white. I'll put on the beard, but the beard's going to go black anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. But there are definitely, I don't know whether I'll do the units, but there are definitely characters like, ooh, can't reach, there we go. This thing I definitely want to do. The Sorcerer on Lamassu. Love this thing. So at some point I'll definitely be doing this. Giant box of minis that need painting. Oh, I've got so many. I've got a whole dwarf army, I've got a whole Demonsmith army, I now am starting an orc army, and those are just the models from this one particular range that's on the website. I've also got a whole sci-fi range, I've got the Dino Kingdom stuff, I might start painting the Dice Head stuff, which is like animal chibi models, and that's not including, oh, the Night Goblins as well. And it's not including any models that I just want to paint for myself. I have so many models that I want to get done at some point. Okay, so we are going to just do a little bit of touch up there on that horn. A lot of this model is metal, so, but it's going to be variations of various metals. That was a horrible sentence. Should we do that? Oh, should I do the skin now? Maybe I do the red now, which I think is going to go slaughter. I think slaughter red is the best option for this. What's the models that are uber detailed, Lamnith? So this is Speed Paint Slaughter Red. It's the deeper of the two reds, but we will be going in and doing a Rattling Grime wash over the whole thing just to really darken it down further. Have you made any custom speed paints? I haven't as of yet. However, I've got the medium and I've got some fluorescent pigment from Green Stuff World that I've got some cyberpunk type models, and I was going to throw some try some fluorescent speed paints, which would be kind of cool. I'll see if that works. Every one of them beautiful minis. Fair. Is there one in particular? What's your favourite one? Is this Warhammer or is this other models, other Rangers? Thank you very much for all the follows, likes and shares of the live over on TikTok. Much appreciated. I am live on YouTube as well, where you have better cameras. You can listen to the music as well. And I'll be leaving the TikTok stream at 5:30, so in about 45 minutes or so, just under 45 minutes. But I'll be staying on YouTube for a little after that. Yeah, the fluorescent, while we're waiting for that to dry, the fluorescent speed paint that I want to use is going to be on this model here. This is one of the Heroes Infinite, I think the company. Yes, Heroes Infinite. Raging Heroes is the overall company. But I really want to throw some very vibrant colours. Absolutely love this model. But this is obviously the flames coming out, the flamethrower attached to the guitar. So I want to start with a fluorescent yellow speed paint on this and see if it works. It might not, but absolutely love this model. So cool. And there's a whole, I think it was last month's release was this kind of style. Okay, so that's the basic red down. I'm a World War II and sci-fi guy, but certainly can appreciate fantasy miniatures. Yeah, that's fair. I'd love to do a bit more historical wargaming. I've got some... I got the starter set for Flames of War, the Hit the Beach, I think it's called, and I'd love to play the game, but I'm unlikely to play the game, if I'm honest. But I have all the models, and I'm really tempted to do a diorama, because I really enjoy making dioramas. And I'm tempted to make a diorama, kind of maybe a D-Day-esque thing. I don't know, the models are fairly generic, so it could be a generic World War II diorama. I think I'm going to... It's kind of planning out what I want to do with this model. And the metal isn't quite dry enough to go in with the gold yet. So I'm going to do the beard, I think. Yeah, let's do the beard. And we're going to use Black Templar for that. Working on 32mm GIs right now. Is that from a game system, or is that just random models? Because the only like World War II game system I know that is kind of standard tabletop scale is in 28mm is Bolt Action, but I know there are others out there. but I'm that world historical wargame is fairly. That's probably the thing I know the least about. Not the beard. Ah, the beard. Well, I'm currently painting a hill giant for a D&D campaign that I'm in, and it's wearing rags, but I can't decide on a colour scheme to pick for them. Do you have any advice? So for rags, it depends on. I always like to think with rags and kind of old clothing is where did they come from? Especially with giants, like odds are it would actually be things like tents and like caravan canopies and massive bits of cloth, unless you found a giant tailor. So it can be ripped up bits of tents, so you could actually be quite bright and have bright colours and have like livery and house symbols and things like that, and banner symbols, or it could just be an amalgamation of browns and greys and beiges, if you want to be quick about it. So it all depends on, think about where the cloth came from for the giant and then go from there. Give it life, do the face. You're designing them yourself? Nice. I'd love to be able to 3D design. I just don't have the time. I'd absolutely love it. If I was to retrain in anything, because I trained in acting in theatre and film. If I retrained in anything and just didn't go down that route, I would do 3D sculpting. Because I think it's going to be really useful for the future. It's going to be a very profitable, very desirable skill is 3D sculpting. Flames of War is another. Yeah, Flames of War is small scale stuff. I was talking mainly like 28 and 32 mil. But yeah, Flames of War definitely. And then all the variations of Flames of War. Hail Caesar. Don't know Mortal Gods. I've heard of Gangs of Rome. I think you may have told me about Gangs of Rome, or Ogre did, I think. It's a lot of work, but it's super rewarding. Yeah, I think I just don't have the time to invest in the lots of work to get started. I've sculpted a couple of things. Like I sculpted, not miniature wise. Oh, don't fall off the wall. There we go. I sculpted this, which I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. So I'm fascinated by masks, especially in theatre and performance. So I sculpted this and printed it off. This is resin printed. You can see some of the support marks there. And I've done smaller versions of this mask and put them into frames. So yeah, that's quite fun. I'd like to do more of that actually. I'd like to play around with masks a little bit more. Mortal Gods is Athens versus Sparta skirmish game. That sounds sick. Are there official models, or is it like a model agnostic game? Thank you, Lamneth. So yeah, that's kind of the extent of my 3D sculpting. I tried doing, or I started working on a miniature. By using I found a armature model, so you could pose it, and I started adding. I did the face, and I was really happy with the face, and then I kind of got stuck around the clothes and the armor and designing the armor. I think I just didn't really have a design in my mind. I just went in and just started, and then kind of got a bit stuck. So I might go back to it at some point. Right. I think I don't want the shaft of the mace, staff, whatever this is, to be metal. I kind of want like a dark green or I think I'm gonna have to go to a contrast for this. I Then we're going to have to go Croxagore Scales and then maybe shade it down afterwards. Yeah. Croxagore Scales, great colour. It's a little light at the moment, but yeah, once we hit in with the Rattling Grime shade down, I think it will give a really nice... It was either this or an emerald colour, but I don't want the emerald to outshine the flames that I'm going to do. Just catch up on chat. I've been drawing and sculpting ever since I could remember, and getting into the 3D space seemed like a natural progression. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think for me, I'm not very good at 2D art at all. I haven't really had that much experience with it, so I don't have that starting point. I've always really kind of painted 3D stuff, especially miniatures, so I didn't really have that base knowledge to work from. Paint by Elves, love Warhammer painters and know absolutely nothing about the game. You don't need to know anything at all. Rule of cool: if you like it, then go for it. Have you painted anything yourself? Welcome in. Always have such good art skills. Thank you very much. She wakes me up at night. What? What? Collecting Warhammer. Oh, you paint Pokemon cards? Ah, that's cool. I follow a streamer called Caesar or Caesardactyl, who also paints Pokemon cards, does like custom extensions and things like that. I love watching people extend Pokemon cards. It's really, really cool art form. Use brushes that are used for Warhammer though. I mean they're good brushes. Brushes are brushes. I use Raphael, Kalinsky, but these are watercolor brushes because they're good for what the style of painting that I do. Okay, I'm just using a slightly smaller brush for this section here because I don't want to tint the armor or tint the metal with this teal. God, I just started chucking it down. Ugh. That's a very grey sky. That's horrible. Always shout them out because they're amazing. What the like miniature painter brushes? What brand of brushes do you use? Because there's lots of miniature ones out there. Okay, that's that section done. That other brush needs to be relegated to the dry brush bin. Which one? I mean, I've got lots of brushes that need to be relegated. My brain cell, I can't remember. No worries, no worries. I can highly recommend these watercolor brushes. They're very, very good. This is not sponsored at all. I really enjoy these Raphael series. Okay, so we just need to do this section down here. We're working with a large brush. Yes, this one here. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, either YouTube or TikTok, wherever you're watching right now, my name is Alchemist Models. I've been in the miniature hobby for around 25 years now, most of my life, almost all of my life. And I only really got into painting properly, like full time, during COVID lockdown. And that's when I started streaming and I started working on commissions again. And I have developed this. I haven't developed it at all. I've picked up this painting style, which is using contrast and speed paints, which are highly pigmented washes. That means you work from a white or a very light undercoat, and the paints tint the undercoat, so you end up doing your base tone, your mid-tones, your shading, and your highlights all at the same time, which, just done like that, is quite simplistic, but very, very effective, and very accessible for hobbyists of all skill levels and all experience. It's when you start layering them and blending them that you can really get some fantastic and really interesting results. Oh, thank you very much for the gift. Thank you, Paint by Els. Thank you. If you want a slightly better camera, head over to my YouTube channel. It should be linked in my bio. If not, Alchemist Models on YouTube will find me, and you'll have a slightly better image of the model, and you'll also be able to listen to the music as well. Right, okay, so we'll leave that colour for now. I think we're going to throw some paint on the face, and we're going to go in with warrior skin. I think I want a slightly tanned skin tone for this guy. This is going to be using speed paint warrior skin, which is a light reddish brown. I won't need a lot of paint for this, but we might need to do two passes. That's me just dropping the bottle. And we'll go back over the eyes and the teeth at some point, but we'll also throw in some extra tones into the skin. We'll throw in some purples, and I don't know, I really want to darken it down a little bit. Thank you very much for all the likes. Almost on 5,000 likes over on TikTok. Much appreciated, everyone. That really does help push my content out to new people. Okay, so there's not a lot of skin on this model at all. That's pretty much it. And these paints really darken down when they dry. So let's just leave that and see where that goes. The silver, or the grey, has dried by this point. Almost all of it has dried. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a paint called... where is it? Ooh, no, don't tell me I'm out. I'm not. There it is. There's the pot. This is Nazdrag Yellow. This is, when I first started using this method, one of my favourite paints, and this is one of my favourite techniques to create gold. Oh no, hang on, wait. Did I'm doing proper metallic gold. Ooh, do I use speed paints then? Or do I dry brush? Let's dry brush actually. Let's go a different route. Let's go a different route. Okay. Alright. Let's grab one of the makeup brushes, which if you're not using makeup brushes for dry brushing, highly recommend. Which one do I need? This one? No, I need a little bit more control than that. Hang on. Let me just grab them. Convince TikTok that I'm still streaming. There we go. That's the one. Because you get all sorts of shapes and sizes with makeup brushes, and they're incredibly soft bristles, and they're a lot cheaper than normal dry brushing, normal dry brushes. like miniature dry brushes. And for this, we're going to grab Vallejo Model Air Chrome, which is my go-to metallic chrome. Really enjoy this paint. It's incredibly vibrant and it covers very well, so you don't need a lot of it. And we're going to get most of the paint off it using our bit of kitchen roll here. And then very carefully go over all the metal, catching those edges. And it also gives a metallic sheen that catches the light. This is before I started using Army Painter speed paints, because the Citadel range doesn't have metallic contrast paints. Nerd 3D Printing, hello, welcome in. It doesn't have metallic speed paints, so this is how I would do any kind of metal before I found speed paints, or before I started using speed paints. But it's quite nice to go back to this technique every now and again. Had I thought of this before I started, I would have done this before I started painting other colours. But oh well, we'll just have to be careful and try not to get any chrome on the colours that we've already painted. Like I said, it covers incredibly well, so most of this paint has to be off the brush before we start. You're gonna try it on medievals? Do it. Yeah, do it. It's a really kind of subtle metallic feel. Looks amazing, bro. Thank you very much. I'm switching to Adeptus Sororitas from Death Guard to paint some different colours. Getting tired of green. Totally understand that. I'm a big fan of the Sisters of Battle. I collect them in one-page rules, so I've got the Battle Sisters. Slightly different models. Do I have any near me? No, I think they're all packed away, unfortunately. But yeah, the Adeptus Sororitas are some of my favourite models in the 40k range. Really enjoy them. And I just finished, actually, it's not like a proper Nurgle model, but it kind of is. Finished painting that up last stream on Monday. And this is the one of the models available on my web store. This is the Necrotic Barbarian. They come in a pack of 5. That was a really fun model to paint, actually. Okay, so just need a little bit more chrome, but you can see how it's just catching the light while being quite subtle. And we'll go back to this chrome at some point later on when we're re-highlighting. Clive? Who's Clive, Blue Lamneth? I'm confused. Painted a knight in 3 days and got super fed up with green and wanted something different. Yeah, absolutely. It's really important to kind of shake it up every now and again. I've got multiple projects on the go at the moment. I did have that going. I've also got I'm painting this one up as like a speed paint example for TikTok. So part 1 of this is already on TikTok, and I'm going to be doing the next bit of it probably next week. You thought my name was Clive? No, there was a Clive in somewhere in the chat. No, my name is not Clive. I saw it earlier. I was really confused. I was like, I'm just going to go with this. Maybe you're talking to someone else. That's fine. That's really funny. Yeah, I said Clive. There was a Clive in chat somewhere. Right, okay. There's the silver going down. Now this is the real fun part, because that's already dried. Because we're using very little paint. That's already dried. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tint the chrome, and because we're using a transparent paint, the shine will come through. And for this, we're going to use Nasdrag yellow, and we're going to do it on the bull and the skulls. You can do this with speed paints, but I prefer using Nasdrag yellow because it's a little thicker. It's got a bit more of a stronger tone to it. And this isn't thinned down at all. This is straight out of the pot. Just controlling how much is on the brush. And you're tinting that grey and silver with the yellow. And because you've put that chrome underneath, it comes out gold because it's given that metallic fleck. You can use this without the chrome and it gives a kind of bit more of a non-metallic metal vibe. And I've definitely done that in the past. There we go. There we go. Focus. There we go. So you can see the before and after. Chrome and chrome over the grey, and then that gold. And because Nasdrag yellow is quite dark anyway, it adds a little bit of depth in there. It's got a bit of orange in there as well. Neat mix of paint for a gold effect. Yeah, it's my favourite. It's my favourite way to paint gold. It really is. It's still raining in Cornwall. It's been raining on and off all day. Right now it is glorious blue sky, but it was that earlier and it didn't last for long. So who knows? I think I want to leave the... Do I want to leave that arrow? Yeah, let's leave the arrow silver. The great thing about this effect is you can use this exact same technique to create so many different types of metals. If you use a bit more of a brown colour, you end up with copper. If you use a little bit of a beige colour like Agros Dunes, you end up with a bronze. So it's a really versatile effect and quite fun to play around with. Do I do the horns? Yeah, I want to do the horns as well. My Nasdrag yellow is a little on the dry side, so it's coming out a bit jelly. But it's okay for this. If I was painting robes or anything like that, I'd probably thin it down a little bit with a tiny bit of water, but for this it's okay. Chaos Champion, hello, welcome in. How you doing? So it does take the shine off a little bit. It depends on how much chrome you put underneath. But you can always do a dry brush again afterwards with the chrome to just catch the edges of the gold. I found that more effective than dry brushing with a very light gold, because the chrome really pops. It really kind of picks out those edges. And because it goes on so well, you don't need a lot of it. There we go. That's the top of the skull. Oh, he's got 4. He's got one on each leg. A little bit of water on the brush. This paint is quite gel-like at the moment. I might move it over to the palette and just add a little bit of water in. That's it, it's got a bit more flow with it now. Makes it easier to work with. There we go, that's nice. We're also going to work on with this detailing around the helm is going to be gold, and these skulls all detailing around the back of the furnace, and the arrows, the detailing on the hooves. So we'll do the hooves next. This is a very satisfying and a very quick way of painting. Sorry, I'll just move the camera. I didn't really... No, it was off... Is this from a resin printer? It is indeed, yes. This is one of the models that I sell in my shop. This was printed on a OG Elgoose Satin with ABS-like resin. Originally, the model was designed for 10mm wargaming, so things like War Master and small-scale Kings of War and one-page rules, but I scaled it up 280%, so it fits with games like full-scale Kings of War and the Old World and things like that. And it works really well. I'm amazed at how well the details have scaled up. Here we go. We are creeping closer and closer to partnership over on YouTube, so thank you very much to all those who are watching over there and have watched my other videos going out. There's a couple of tutorials that I'm going to be adding to soon, focusing on painting in this style. I might actually put out another one that focuses on this style of painting metal. That could be quite useful. And there's a couple of Hobby Talk ones last week I put out, or earlier this week. I can't remember when I did it. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. We had a look at the Golden Demon winners from Adepticon. We went through each of the trophy winners and had a look at the models, discussed them briefly. There's some absolutely amazing pieces that went in this year. There we go. Just a tiny bit there, and then we can go and do those skulls on the back legs. I don't know whether I'll go back in with the chrome afterwards. I quite like how dark dark it is at the moment. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. So these back skulls. What do you texturize the base with? So that was a pre-mixed sand basing mix that I put some super glue down and put it down. So it's a mixture of sands, a little bit of cork in there, and some tiny bits of static grass. And then I sprayed it because I like painting the sand rather than just keeping it the colour that it is. I actually went halves on a basing company that was closing down with another painter, another content creator called Brannigan's Brushes, who streams over on Twitch, who is my twin. He basically looks like a taller version of me. But there was a company that was closing down not too far from me. It was like 20 minutes down the road from me, which was insane. And we ended up with so much basing material. I'm talking like there was 2 kilograms of snow flock. So we have a kilogram each of snow flock, which did just look like drugs because it was in a massive bag. Yeah, some ground cork, and then there's tiny kind of ripped up parts as well. But all of that was all of the stuff on this base was in like a pre-mixed bag that they made. Yes, it has snowflock. No, yeah. Driving back between that and the like green static grass, I looked like the most obvious drug dealer ever. I was genuinely surprised I didn't get pulled over. It's incredibly quick, this technique. That's why I really enjoy it. I'm not a patient painter, hence why I like speed paints and this style of painting. Okay, still got just enough Nastrake yellow on my palette just to do these two skulls. I've got so much basic material that at some point I will be selling some of it on the web store. I'll make up little some little bags. Ooh, a little bit too much water, but I haven't had the time to do that. So, but there will be Alchemist Models basing material at some point in the future. The Chaos Gods are on his side. Yeah, they really were. They really were. Use hermit crab sand, sawdust, brown paint, and wood glue all mixed into a viscous slurry. Ooh, okay. I have to remember that. Hermit crabs. What's the difference between sand and hermit crab sand? I'm so intrigued. Imagining the little baggies of snowflock and jungle grass. Yeah. It will be definitely something interesting that will be picked up in customs if I sell overseas. That'll be very, very funny. Danny! Hey, Danny, welcome back. I'm doing good, mate. How are you? It's very fine. Ah, okay. Incredibly fine sand. That's good to know the name of it, though, because very fine sand is incredibly useful in this hobby. Danny, I still think you should have gone that full-size Goku model. It would have been hilarious. No idea where you'd put it, but would have been good. Think about buying FDM printer for figurines and painting them as a hobby. Do you have any suggestions on the printer? If you're painting, if you want to do figures, then I wouldn't get an FDM printer. I would go for a resin printer, because FDM is great for large-scale things like cosplay and terrain for tabletop games, but it just doesn't. It can't get the detail because there's only so fine filament will go. So these bases are filament. I don't know if you can see on camera that you can see the layer lines, and it's quite textured because of that, which is fine for a base. It's fine for terrain and things like that. But when you start, like, there's no way you could get this detail on a filament printer. Some people have got very good, but just not as good as resin. So I'd recommend getting a resin printer. I'd look at, I run Elegoo Saturns. The Mars from Elegoo is a very, very good printer. I haven't got one myself, but it has very, very good reviews, and I know people. Actually, Antiv in chat has got a Mars, and they are very, very good quality. I would urge you to look into the safety side of 3D printing. You need to have a dedicated space for it. It needs to be well ventilated, or at least far enough away from the house or closed off from the house. You can't have it in like a living room or an office that you use regularly, or your bedroom. You've really got to think about that. Ryan Duff Stuff, hey, how's it going? Think like add cork to the mix. Yeah, cork acts as nice little kind of random small rocks. Just add a little element of randomness in there. You got it in spare bedroom, which is only used for storing boxes. Yeah, if you've got a spare room, that's fine, but it needs to be, you need to be very wary of the fumes. You can use it in the bedroom, not for a very long time though. Yeah, your body won't thank you for it. Right, where am I going with this? Let's do... What other gold bits am I doing? Do I want the stack to be gold? This seems like it should be gold. I'm currently putting together my leader from 2nd Army, 1,000 Suns. Nice, very nice. All the trim, all the trim. Thank you. Then first I would need to get some space for that. That's why I was thinking about an FDM printer. I mean, both take up space. FDM printers, the one I've got a Bamboo P1S, which is very, very good. I'm incredibly impressed by it. It's a little on the pricey side. Yes, join the Discord. There you go. There's the link. That link should work. If not, there's another one. I get you another link if that doesn't work. Yeah, we've got a whole section about where we chat about 3D printing and how Antiv just screams in frustration about 3D printing. That one works fine. Brilliant. Cool. Thank you, Antiv. Okay. Right. What other gold bits am I gonna be putting on this? Do I want to put it around the stack? I kind of want to put it around the stack, around the top of that stack. Resolution is better with a 3D printer. Yeah. I mean, it's a completely different way of printing. You're using light rather than melted plastic. But yeah, if you're planning on printing miniatures, then resin printer. If you're planning on printing cosplay and terrain and large scale things like ornaments, then filament is the way to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Top gold pillars on the stack, top ring silver, but I've just done it like this. However, I'm happy with the gold here because the flames aren't going to be yellow. They're going to be green, which right next to the gold is going to look sick. Well, that's the theory. Because magical evil flames. Thank you very much for the follows and all the likes. We've passed 5,000 likes over on TikTok on this live stream. So thank you very much, everyone. The channel continues to grow, and every like, every share, every follow, every comment helps push it out to new people and new viewers, and helps grow my brand, which is my way of earning a living. It's my main job. This is what I do. So thank you very, very much for supporting the channel, whether that's on TikTok or on YouTube or Instagram or wherever you have seen my work. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Season the pillars with the dark wash. So the whole thing, maybe not the skin, but everything else will be getting a wash with rattling grime, which is kind of how I tend to blend things together. You can see examples of that on this Berserker hero. All of everything apart from the skin and the hair has been washed down with that kind of rattling grime thinned down wash, and it blends everything nicely together. So thinking about getting my school to 3D print a mini falcon as a demon familiar for my leader. That would be cool. Oh, I thought you meant like Millennium Falcon, but mini Falcon. Yeah, that would be very, very cool. Actually, 1,000 Suns, I've got a load of files that are very, very similar to a certain Chaos God coming out soon. I'm just waiting on the files to be delivered. It's a nice looking armor. Thanks, Danny. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. Any tips for someone who's new to Warhammer 40k or wants to get into it? Yes, absolutely. So, it depends on whether you're wanting to game more, like play the games more, or whether you're wanting to paint more. If it's just paint and model and kind of look at that side of the hobby, then I wouldn't worry about getting a whole army. Just go into a game store, whether it's a Warhammer store or an independent. It's cheaper in the independents. And just look at what you think looks cool. And just pick it up and just start. You can get a load of starter paint sets. I'd recommend ones from Army Painter. And they usually come with brushes. There's some hobby sets as well, hobby like tools and glue and things like that you can get. And then just pick them up and start painting. And don't worry about doing the right colours. There's no right or wrong in art. You can paint the model however you please. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Hey, Alki, could go to this amazing place called Griffin Gaming. That's very true. That's very true. If you're wanting Warhammer, and you're based in the UK, I don't know whether Griffin ships internationally. Might do. But head over to Griffin Gaming as well, and you can pick up things like Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, Star Wars Shatterpoint, World of Tanks. There's a couple of other games in there as well. He ships to the EU, but not the USA. Okay. Hey, Merlin, how's it going? Welcome in. Let me just catch up on chat. Or if you just want to pick up miniatures, you can always head over to alchemistmodels.com, where I sell models like this. It's a 3D printing website. There are loads and hundreds of models on there, and I add more usually every week. I try to add more every week. Things like this, and there's some sci-fi models, and loads of stuff. Small scale, large scale, display, busts. There's some exclusive models that you can only get on that website as well. Well, I was more thinking about lore, maybe video games. Been watching a lot about it. Okay. In which case, I mean, Space Marine 2 will be coming up very soon, being released. Dawn of War is great. The older Dawn of War games are really good if you liked kind of RTS games, real-time strategy games like Red Alert. There's what's the thing like Left 4 Dead that's in 40k. There's the Necromunda game, and then there's Darktide. There you go, Darktide, Vermintide 2. There's loads of 40k or like Warhammer games. Love the shadows on this. Are you using a wash, or did you coat in black before a base coat? No, this is all using speed paints and contrast paints. So this was undercoated in white, and then I'm tinting the white down with grey, and then I'm tinting grey with this yellow to make gold. And I've used like a flesh wash here. Bolt gun as well. Yeah, bolt gun's on Game Pass. Zelixa, thank you very much. That's very kind. Mechanicus and Chaos Gate Demon Hunter are great turn-based strategy games like XCOM. Yes, there is that as well. Hey, Ajari, how's it going? Makes the alky more shiny with polishing cream. Wow. I mean, that's only relevant for people who can see me on YouTube. On TikTok, you have to go to YouTube to get that joke. I'm sorry. Which would be the best time to do it now, though, because it is 5:30. We've been going for an hour and a half. I've just had the little notification. So I'm going to stop the TikTok stream. If you want to continue watching for the next half an hour, then come over to YouTube. You can find the link in my bio. But if not, I will be live again on Monday. So I will hopefully see you then. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. There we go. Phone. Hi YouTube, how's it going? You have my undivided attention now. And there we go. You were so bad at XCOM? Oh no! Got back from that family gathering. Yes, of course. I hope it went. It was glorious and disastrous all at the same time. As family gatherings are. they always are. I hope it went as well as these things can. Right. I want to add a third metallic colour in, I think. And I think I'm going to use ruddy fur and going to turn some of the pipes and some of the hydraulic bits. I'm going to turn it copper. You've been painting again, Merlin. What have you been painting? Talk to me. Tell me. Yeah, we're going to use ruddy fur, and we'll get this. We've got 25 minutes, so we're going to get all the metal done, and then so on Monday we can start with the shading. We can do the details. We can do the light effects and the base. That's the plan. That's the plan. We have a plan. Right, so a little bit of ruddy fur on the palette. And we'll do things like... Oh, that's very thin, actually. I might have to... does that work? That's very thin. I'm not sure this works. Actually, that might work once it's got the rattling grime over it. Or is it it's just the husband of the daughter of my grandma's sister. Oh god, yeah, that's too many layers of family. Oh joy. Okay, yeah, yay, family gatherings. I've got a wedding coming up in the next couple of months. It's actually the day before GriffCon. A family wedding. So hopefully it'll be fine. I'm sure it will be. It'd be nice to see everyone again because I only really see a lot of my family at kind of things like weddings and funerals, and because I live so far away comparatively. Although some of them live in different countries, so you know. Yeah, Merlin, what have you been painting? You can't say that and then go silent. Top it off. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that would have been a weird moment. Oh, hello, what's that? Blind Obsession, thank you very much for the subscription to the YouTube channel. Thank you. I don't know whether you're in the chat or not. Well, you're back. You're back to normal life. Merlin, start painting up some Bretonians for full tilt. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Are you doing like full-on two-tone? This is the second time I've forgotten the name of this word. Forgotten this word. Chivalric. I want to say chivalric decorations, but you know what I mean. Livery. There we go. I know what I meant. Okay, so that's all. Actually, that's really nice. That's quite a subtle colour. Quartered. There we go. And back to a long weekend. Are you working over the weekend? You, Jari? Oh my god, we got 10 likes on the YouTube stream. I think that's the most we've had during a stream. I don't think we've ever gotten into double digits on the likes on a stream during the stream. Yay! It's growing! Okay. So we've got a kind of copper colour. I want to do this copper colour on this kind of hydraulics on the legs as well. It'd be quite nice to have quite a few of the this scale stuff painted for GriffCon to show it off. There's no way I can do it all, but I mean, it'd be nice to get at least some characters done. No, Easter weekend is 4 days of state holiday. Oh, of course, yeah. It's Easter weekend, isn't it? I forgot about that. I tried going and posting something today. It didn't work. And you had Wednesday and Thursday off as well. Oh wow, so yeah, okay. No longer required to do guard duty. I can choose not to do Easter duty at all. Oh, damn! You got a proper break then. Okay. What are you doing anything particular or just chilling the fuck out? Right. I think I want to do these bands copper. It's just gotten to the point where I'm figuring out. I'm just dividing the metal up at the moment. Okay, that's better. We'll do this bottom bit down here. Go, and then I kind of feel like that chain, the scale mail should be a different color, but I'm not sure what. Maybe copper. Yeah, that kind of work. Actually, just made a few new raised beds for self-planting the garden. And hint, you've got. Oh, you're moved in. Awesome. Is that still on base, or do you live on base? I can't remember if you said or not. Oh, you can't live on base. All right, okay. I didn't know whether that was. I don't know what the situation was. So you're out from underneath your awkward landlady, whoever it was. Okay, yeah, that works. Oh, really? Why? What happened? Threw you a curveball? What's time? 15 minutes left. Okay. I shouldn't have done these. These need to go this colour. Can I still do it that colour? Yeah. Kind of works. Kind of works. Doing it over gold doesn't quite have the same effect. Kind of does. If we do enough layers, it will be fine, right? That's how that works. Just paint it more. Do I do the bars a different colour? It's going to be green in there. No, I'm happy with silver on there because a lot of that's going to be green OSL anyway, from the little fire demon. Right, I think that's cool. I want to do. Let's throw a little bit of shading into the. No, let's put some bony matter on the horns. There are additional costs attached to rent here, like the garbage collection and stuff. It's for everyone in the house, and he has filed a formal complaint with the court because he thinks I owe him money, which I don't. But now I have to do a court battle again. Oh, really? Over... Oh, for God's sake. That's incredibly petty. I'm sorry that that is a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. I'm sorry that you're having to deal with that. Well, he wants $200. Oh, it's like small claims court then. Or whatever the German equivalent of small claims court was. That is shit. So we're just using bony matter on the horns here. And bony matter really does go darker when you put it on up once it's dried. So we'll do that and then might do another coat afterwards. You filed a counterclaim for around 10 times that value. Wow. Do it. That's really funny. I'll put my little pom poms on and be dancing in your corner. Okay. Right. Just going to use this wash brush. Ah, okay. Bony matter does not taste good. Ugh. 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 Okay, so we need... What do we need? We need Magus Purple. And we're going to shade down, or we're going to throw some shade into the skin. Am I getting messages? There we go. We water this down a little bit. And put it over the skin. And then we'll wash the brush off. Just to take it off the raised areas like the cheeks and the nose. You might manually go in with some highlights in a bit just to really accentuate these bits. So I'm just good at one thing, and that is war. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yajari's going to war. Okay. I kind of... Oh, do I want that central bit? It is a sorcerer, so I maybe want this central bit green. That could be kind of cool. It's going to be an awkward thing to paint. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think we're good. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to take Ruddy Fur and we're going to this whole section here just to break it up a little bit. We're going to paint that in this copper colour because there's still quite a lot of silver on the model. There we go. And then, do we leave the top silver? No, we'll leave the top silver, but we'll do these pipes in this colour here. Well, I hope it works out for you, Jari. Hopefully it won't take too long as well. These things can sometimes get drawn in longer than they need to be. Go. I've got to shoot off fairly quick at 6. We've got some people coming around at 6:30 because we're going to be watching Sharknado 5. That's right, we're on to number 5. God, it's exciting. I'm so invested in these films. Found Elder Mini's worth 45,000 points? Holy crap. That's a lot of models, Yajari. Is this when you moved and you're like, hey, what's this big box? Oh, a fuck ton of Elder. Do you mean 45,000 or 4,500? 45,000 is fucking massive. Like that, it was like that, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to use some white and touch up the centre of that staff because I think it is going to go green. 45,000, but please take a photo. I want to see a photo. I need to see a photo of that. That's a ridiculous amount of Eldar. I refuse to call them Eldari. Stupid name. Let's use this brush here. Clean them up first, but you'll get that pick. Yes. Cool. God, this is going to take you a while to clean them up. Are you keeping them, or are you just going to sell them on? That's a lot to sell, if that's the case. It's a lot to keep. My God, that's just a lot of models. There's got to be some Titans in there, right? You're going to tell me it's all just aspect warriors. So, just doing this base coat of white around the inside of the sorcerer's staff, and then on Monday when we start going in with details and effects, I'll dry brush some white and before we do the green, so we can get that OSL, that glow effect. Always has been what? No idea if I keep them. I think they're from the time I went on a shopping frenzy because my old Eldar was destroyed by like, oh damn. That's a big shopping frenzy. That's a real big shopping frenzy. Right, while we've got this white and a fine brush, we're just going to do the eyes. Merlin, are you going to GriffCon this year? Have you been to GriffCon? I don't think you've been to GriffCon, have you? It's a bit of a trek for you, I guess. It's literally the other side of the country. Yes, there are Titans in there. Also, I still have to unpack all my books. You're going to be unpacking for a while. I guess that's what you're doing this weekend, right? It's going to be a lot of unpacking. Oh, you went to the first GriffCon, right? Yeah, cool. I know we spoke 5 times and did not know. Brilliant. Takes you 8 hours to get to London if I don't get a lift, so next London trip will probably be Salute if possible, but not this year. Yeah, that's what, in 2 weeks' time? I think. I was hoping to go, but realistically I don't think I can afford it. I've been away quite a lot recently, so... Have a bit of a chill time in Cornwall, I think. Still have to get the room for hobby painted and furnished. Is that where your train set's going to go? Is that where the big train set's going to go? Really exhausted any funds I processed this month. Right, fair enough. Wait for a little bit then. Hold off, hold off. Okay. This is really light at the moment for a Demonsmith, but this is going to be shaded right back down. I think I will dry brush some highlights on that silver, on the gold, sorry. Where's that dry brush? It is that one there. So we're going to grab a little bit more chrome, and we'll go, because we're going to be shading it all down. I think if I don't do this, then the gold will look way too dark. So we're going to carefully, very, very carefully, dry brush some highlights. It doesn't matter if we get it on the grey, because that will just accentuate the silver, but it does matter if we get it on the beard or anything that's not metallic. Train room is the old barn, so no, that one is already fully operational. Brilliant. Getting that insulated and wired up. It's just north of 20k. Jesus. With most of the work done by Jesus. I respect the dedication that's going into this, Yajari. I am very jealous of all the space that you've got for hobby stuff, hobby passions. Very jealous. Do you want a lodger? I could move to Germany. Bailey, you want to go to Germany? You came from Romania. It's only half the way back. No? All right. Sorry, Bailey says no. Took out a loan of more money than I'm willing to admit. Ah, okay. That's fine. You can pay back loans. That's fine. Yeah. Only he'll be able to get to London quicker than he currently does, and have a whisper. What, from Germany? Bailey is from Romania. My boss lives in Romania. The person who fronted the cost for the 3D printer. Oh, really? Oh, from Germany. Right. Okay. Yeah. Got you. Yeah. Bailey's he's a Romanian rescue. There we go. There's a little bit of dry brushing with the chrome, little highlight dry brushing. So when we add the rattling grime in, that will really help that. Anyway, treat time. Treat time's at 3 and I start streaming at 4. I don't know. What do we think, Bailey? It's 5 o'clock. I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do we think? Do we? I don't know. I can't have Bailey cam, but I could. I did say the word. Okay. Right. Well, first of all, I'll do that afterwards. So if we go just chatting, and then can I do this? Let's move the camera around there, and balance it on my drink. Yeah, there we go. Bailey cam's back. Isn't it the 18th in the UK? Isn't it 18 hours in the UK? Oh, 6. Sorry, yeah, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. What did I say? Did I say 5? There we go. Hi. I know they all wanted you. Do you want? You've had food. Do you want a treat? Yeah. Should we do treat time? Should we have a second treat time? Go on then. Can I sit down? Good boy. What have we got? Let's give you some of these. What's this? Hello? I know. I know you can smell them. Yeah, you can smell them. Does that smell good? Slobber. That was a massive, massive bit of slobber then. I know. slobber. One more. You can catch it? Should we try? Ready? Well done, dog. Well done. Maintaining your name. Reaction time of a potato. Potatoes are quick. Right. Say goodbye, everyone. Say goodbye, Bailey. There we go. Okay, so we had Bailey Cam. We had Bailey Cam on YouTube, which is a rare occurrence. A rare occurrence. So, let's go back. This is what we've done today. We've made a start. We've done the first half, essentially. Actually, we've done more of that. We'll be doing weathering. We'll be doing detailing, effects, and shading, all on Monday. Also, Under Armour, I only know them for sports bras. It's a really baggy sports bra. It's a very comfortable hoodie. So yeah, we'll finish this up on Monday and then do something else next Friday. No idea. I might do some sci-fi. I've been wanting to do some sci-fi for a little bit, and I've got a load of sci-fi that needs doing, so I can actually get it on the website. So that might be a thing. I don't know. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. I'm a very slobbery hand right now. So, guys, gals, non-binary pals, thank you very much for coming and hanging out today. It's been a Friday chill out stream. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Thank you very much to those of you who are watching live. If you are watching the VOD, also thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video and share it with your friends, your families, and your closest and worst enemies. I don't know. I'm going to be back on Monday at 4 PM UK time, and we'll finish up this model. But until then, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, Easter weekend. We've passed the halfway point for watch hours in order to get to YouTube Partner. Which is very, very exciting. Oh, Bailey's gone. Bailey's off. Bye, Bailey. Which is very, very exciting. So thank you very much to everyone. If you want to support the channel or the brand in general, just head over to alchemistmodels.com and you can pick yourself up some models. Or below there is a link to my Ko-fi or coffee, however you want to say it, and you can donate through there should you choose to and should you be in a position to do so. All donations go back into the business or help to keep the lights on. Both are very useful. But on 440 subscribers to get there? No, I've got the subscribers. Subscribers are no problem for YouTube Partner. I just need the watch hours. That's the only thing I need now. I've just passed 1500 hours, and you need 3000 to hit the minimum, and 4000 to start getting revenue from ads. So we're over halfway there on the watch hours, and yeah, I think they dropped the requirements for subscribers quite a lot. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.